Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. I'm gonna try and make this video not too unbearably long because I hate long talking videos. So let's get right into it. I'm basically going to be giving you guys a crash course slash recap, basically everything you need to know about my model horse series, Faith and Hope. Before we really get into this video, I just wanted to make a disclaimer. There will be spoilers, so if you haven't watched Faith and Hope or you haven't finished all the episodes that are out yet, there will be spoilers, so you have been warned. To start off, Faith and Hope is my model horse series, which started in 2013, and if you are familiar with it, take everything you know about Faith and Hope and flush it down the drain, down the toilet, however that saying goes, because it's going to be changing drastically, which is why I'm making this video. But to sum it up, it's a coming of age story that takes place in Scotland, and it follows Aveline, who is on screen now, the protagonist, as she's trying to navigate this new life of royalty and responsibility, to put it in most simple terms. Also, Aveline is naked in this photo, as well as all of the other characters you will meet in this video. Their costumes are still in pre-production. So, I want to give you guys some background information about Aveline, since she is the main character. I'm not gonna go super into detail, like, her moon is in Leo and her rising sign is Cancer. Like, no, I'm just gonna be telling you guys what you need to know. When Aveline is first introduced in season 1, she's 13 years old. In the final season, which is season 4, the one I'm working on right now, she'll be 23. We are the same age. We age together. In fact, she's the only character in the series who shares my age, because in a way, she's literally me. Not entirely, which we'll see, but for the most part, I am her and she is me. She has no brothers or sisters, it's just her and her parents, which are Queen Elena, who was presumed dead but is alive, and King Zulius, who is dead. He died in season 1, episode 7. He was murdered and nobody knows who killed him. Well, I do, but y'all don't. Aveline doesn't have a last name. For some reason, the thought never occurred to me to give her one. Again, I came up with the story when I was 13, and 10 years later, I'm trying to fill in the gaps and pick up the pieces the best I can. Aveline was born and raised in the Highlands of Scotland, also known as the Wild, with quotations, with her father, but once he passed away, she was found by her mother and now lives in a castle in Edinburgh, which is both the capital of Scotland in the story and in real life. Faith and Hope is based on both fact and fiction, so some things or places are real and historically accurate while others are not. So Aveline is essentially a wild horse. She's never stepped foot inside a castle or kingdom, in this case the Elonian Kingdom, until 13 years later. She loves to explore, she loves going on little adventures in the Highlands, but because her father is so protective, he only allows her to explore on her birthday, which is like, obviously that's once a year. She's stubborn, she's very independent, she doesn't like being told what to do. She is me. Now let's talk about her parents a little bit more. This segment is going to be more of a prequel. Elena is Scottish. Zulius is not. He's American, which is why Aveline has an American accent. How a horse from America winded up in Scotland is up to your imagination. Again, 13-year-old writer plot holes. The thing y'all need to know about Elena is that I literally can't stand her. I don't know if it's because of the Briar I chose to play her, or if it's because of her personality. Honestly, it's probably both. Elena is very book smart, but she has no common sense. She's very naive and gullible. She's the type of person who will let a complete stranger into her home without even thinking of the possibility that they could be dangerous. She trusts others way too easily, and she always thinks the best of people. She thinks everyone has good intentions, which causes problems. King Zulius, on the other hand, is much more redeeming. He's one of my favorite characters, and I wish I would have given him more screen time. King Zulius is everything you could ever ask for from a king. He's very similar to Ned Stark in Game of Thrones. If anyone deserves to be king, it's him. He's very protective of his family. He's very protective of his people, or should I say horses. It doesn't matter who you are. He cares for everyone and tries to protect everyone. That's his thing. He's the protector. And unlike Elena, he sees right through people. In comparison to her parents, Aveline is just like her father. She takes after him a lot. That's an important theme throughout the story, how similar her and her father are. They're basically the same person. Horse. Back to Elena. Earlier I said she was presumed dead, so allow me to explain. Before Aveline was born and it was just her parents, they lived in their castle and ruled the Elonian kingdom together and life was good. And then, it wasn't. One day, Elena was almost killed by a horse in their own castle. Why? Jealousy. She was pregnant, and while new life is supposed to be a joyous and celebratory time, it can be quite envious for others. Sure, why not? Of course, the horse responsible received the proper punishment and was executed, blah blah blah. But this terrified King Zulius. He didn't feel safe in his own home. He could have lost his queen and his unborn child. Foal. They didn't know what it was yet. So he convinced Elena to leave the castle for a bit, which didn't take much convincing because, like I said, she's gullible as hell. And I mean, who doesn't want to take a vacation after their spouse was almost murdered, you know? So they're back in the highlands up north, and this is where Aveline is born. But once again, dumbass Elena. If someone isn't trying to kill Elena, she's getting herself killed. They were out one evening. Elena had an accident. She fell into this massive, ditch. There's a bridge that they were supposed to cross, but it broke, and down she went. Everyone thought she was dead, and there was no way to retrieve her body for a proper burial. It's way too steep and slick. It rains a lot in Scotland, so she's just left there. She didn't die, though. Homegirl just got knocked out. Grief affects everyone differently, and with King Zulius, it consumed him. He didn't care about the kingdom anymore, or his castle, or his responsibilities back home. All he cared about was keeping Aveline safe, which is why he's so overprotective of her. He stayed in the highlands where he raised Aveline and never went back. He grieved for Elena pretty much until the day he died. So by the time Elena wakes up, she's super disoriented, however you say it. Doesn't remember anything and is lost. It's a lot drier now and she manages to dig a way out, which is a miracle because she ain't that bright. And for years, she roams about trying to find any sign of anything. She finally makes her way back to the castle. Everyone was looking for her too, so that helped. She's remembering more, and this is a span of years. This isn't happening all at once. Now everyone is looking for King Zulius and Princess Aveline. They are nowhere to be found. King Zulius does not want to be found. He's literally hiding for the safety of his daughter's life. So he's hiding, and he's hiding good. More time has passed, the search has been called off, and Elena is left to rule on her own. Alright, so that is what happened prior to season 1. I really hope no one's confused. I'm trying really hard to make this easy to follow. Now I'm just going to do a quick recap of everything that happened in seasons 1 through 3. Picking up at season 1, episode 1, it's Aveline's 13th birthday. She's out exploring and she meets her first wild horse. His name is Bear, he has a small herd and they all become friends. She continues to see Bear and go out behind her father's back, which results in her staying out too late. And while King Zulius is looking for her one night, he gets killed. This is a huge pivotal moment / turning point, whatever you want to call it, in the story. Aveline is never the same after her father's death. After aimlessly wandering about, she finds her mother. Wow, another miracle, because she's supposed to be dead. Aveline is then taken back to the castle where she must learn to become a proper princess. It's all very foreign to her, and it's a lot to take in. Imagine living your life. You're just chilling, and then all of a sudden, boom, you're royalty, you live in a castle now. It's a completely different lifestyle for her, and she's really struggling to adapt, all while still grieving the loss of her father. Some time passes, and Aveline is now of age to be betrothed. She's not happy about this at all. She wants her freedom and independence. She has no desire to marry a stranger. And on top of all of that, her childhood best friend Bear has a new girlfriend who once tried to kill Aveline. So, everything's pretty much going downhill at this point. Bear's mate, her name is Persephone, and Aveline had an encounter with this horse named Kantaro. He wanted to marry Elena for the crown and felt he needed to get rid of Aveline first in order to do so because Aveline would never let him marry her mother. So we left her all tied up in no man's land, quotations. Persephone found Aveline, and instead of helping her, she left her there to die. But she didn't die, Bear saved her. Nobody knows what Persephone did though, only Aveline does. She hasn't said anything yet. Aveline is very much so going through it. Alright, I think I've pretty much covered everything you guys need to know. And because I've told you everything you need to know, don't watch it. You don't need to watch it. If you watch it, I will find out. And I will come for you. It's so old and it's so bad. But, I mean, I'm honestly contemplating making all the old seasons private, but I was like, no, I can't do that. It's so old. Please, just spare yourself the pain. With that being said, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I hope you're all excited for Faith and Hope. This video was supposed to go up on Friday, but because I'm getting all 4 of my wisdom teeth pulled out, it's gonna go up a day earlier, which will be Thursday. I don't know how long I'll be out, so I'm gonna take a little bit of a break from posting and stuff so I can just focus on my recovery. Once I am fully recovered, I'm really gonna hunker down and really work on Faith and Hope. I have 1 episode written, but I still need to do a bunch of other stuff. We are getting brand new costumes, brand new sets. I'm going to be rebuilding all of the sets. There's going to be casting calls, and y'all are going to get a lot of behind the scenes goodies. It's going to be a wild ride, and I'm taking you all along with me. In terms of a release date, I plan on working on it real hard this summer. And I plan to start releasing episodes in the fall, and then we're gonna wrap up in winter, which sounds like it's far away, but really it's not, because if you think about it, it's already summer, which is crazy. Thanks for watching. I hope you all have a lovely rest of your day, night, evening, morning, afternoon, whenever you are watching this. Don't forget to stay gold, and I will see you all in my next video. Who knows what it's gonna be? Who knows when it's gonna be? But yeah, take care. I love you, and you're sexy. And goodbye.